Autumn lingered like an endless sunset. The university hallways smelled of wet leaves and coffee from the vending machine. Alina stood by the window, watching the rain trace thin lines across the glass, when a rustle behind her broke the silence. Someone had dropped a pile of papers. She turned. A tall young man with short, fair hair was awkwardly gathering the sheets from the floor. "Sorry, I'm clumsy," he said with a faint smile. His eyes were gray-blue, warm, as if sunlight lived behind them. Later, she would learn, his name was Victor. He had transferred after his father's death to be closer to his mother. That day, Alina thought, there's something steady about him, something calm. The feeling stayed with her forever. A week later, they were already having lunch together in the cafeteria. Victor listened with rare attention, not interrupting, not rushing. He looked straight into her eyes, and there was something honest in that gaze. Alina blushed, but felt a strange calm around him. Later that evening, walking home through soft snow, she thought, nothing feels frightening with him. Even if everything fell apart, I'd still be fine as long as he's near. They began walking after classes, talking about movies and books, laughing at little things. Each day revealed another layer of closeness. The first snow came suddenly. The air rang like crystal. They walked hand in hand, and Victor said, "Feels like we've known each other forever, just lived in different cities before." "Maybe in another life," she smiled. That December, they got married. No dress, no guests, no ceremony. Just them, two friends, and a blizzard outside the window. When he slipped the ring on her finger, Alina felt a quiet peace settle inside her, as if life had finally found its place. That night, she wrote in her notebook, "It doesn't matter where we are, only that we're together." 9 months later, Artem was born, tiny but full of life. Nights grew long. Alina fed him, sang, cried from exhaustion. Victor washed diapers, cooked dinner, worked nights. Coming home before dawn, he'd put on the kettle and sit quietly beside her. She looked at him and thought, this is happiness, not in words, but in small things. He's just here, and that's enough. One night, when the baby slept, Victor whispered, "If you ever betray me, I wouldn't want to live." She smiled. "Don't be silly." Yet, deep inside, something uneasy stirred, as if someone unseen had marked those words forever. 20 years passed like a single breath. The house filled with photographs, voices, and the familiar silence of evenings. Alina stood before the mirror, her hair a little lighter now, her gaze softer, but still holding that spark of life. Victor had become chief engineer at the plant, serious, calm, with the same expression that used to steal her breath away. Their son, Artem, was now studying at the Polytechnic, often out late with friends. Evenings grew longer, their talks shorter. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, Alina thought, straightening her husband's collar before he left for work. What matters is that he's still here, and we're still a family. The morning began with coffee and an unexpected call. On the screen, Lara, a friend from their university years. "Hey girl, so when are you showing off the new jewelry?" "What jewelry?" Alina frowned. "I saw your husband at the jewelry store last week. He was picking something out. I thought it was for you." Alina froze. He never gave me anything. Maybe you're mistaken, she said, trying to smile. Mistaken, please. If a man buys jewelry and doesn't bring it home, that's not a mistake. That's a reason to worry. On her way to work, Alina suddenly stopped by the jewelry store. Snowflakes clung to her hair. Her heart raced. She stepped inside. "Hello, I just wanted to check something," she explained. Her husband had bought a ring but didn't mention what it was made of. The clerk frowned. Tall, dark-haired, mid-40s. Yes, I remember him. A platinum ring with a diamond. Beautiful piece. The price she heard made her dizzy. For whom? She thought as she stepped back into the snow. If not for me, then for who? That evening, Alina cooked dinner on autopilot. Her thoughts spun like an old film reel. The ring, the price, another woman's name. When Victor came home, she forced a smile. "You look beautiful tonight," he said, kissing her cheek. "And dinner smells amazing." She nodded without answering. When he went to shower, she took his phone. Nothing suspicious. Almost. Then, a reminder. Loan payment due. And a draft message. "My love, thank you for your patience." Her heart froze. The recipient's name, Elena Vitalievna. The world collapsed. The morning greeted Alina with the hum of silence. Victor had already gone to work, and she still sat at the table, untouched breakfast before her. The phone lay nearby, the same one with the message. She slid her finger across the screen, but didn't open it again. Why would I? It's all clear now. Inside, there was a strange calm, the kind that comes before a storm. She knew nothing would ever be the same. The phone rang again. On the screen, Lyra. "Hello?" Alina's voice trembled. "What's wrong with you? You sound like you're at your own funeral." Lyra was already charging in. "Tell me everything." Half an hour later, Lyra stood at the door with a bag of pastries and eyes full of curiosity. Loud, colorful, out of place in the silence. "What a bastard!" she exclaimed after hearing the story. "They're all the same. Smiles in your face, knives in your back." Alina stayed silent. Lyra always knows everything. Lyra is always right. But she's alone. I'm not, am I? "Then teach him a lesson," Lyra said, leaning back in her chair. "Let him feel what it's like. You're beautiful, smart, free. Find someone. Make him hurt. Right in his own bed." Alina looked up. "You've lost your mind." "Me? No. But you, sitting here like a victim while he's probably with her right now." The words cut deep. For the first time, Alina felt anger burn hotter than pain. She didn't answer. She only whispered, "Let him see what that feels like." After Lyra left, the apartment felt hollow. Alina paced the room as if something inside her pushed her forward. The phone blinked again, a message from Victor. "Don't wait up, working late. Home tomorrow." At work or with her? She thought bitterly. She opened her contacts and stopped at Danya, a coworker who had been looking at her too long. Her fingers trembled as she typed, "Hey, can you drop by tonight? My computer's acting up." The send button glowed like a sin. She pressed it. Evening. Silence hummed like the air before a storm. Alina stood before the mirror, a light dress, loose hair, faint perfume. She felt ashamed of her reflection, yet something still burned inside. On the table, fruit, 2 bottles of wine, candles. Everything looked almost beautiful, almost sincere. The door buzzer rang. "He's here." Danya entered with an uncertain smile. In his hands, flowers, a bottle of wine, a bag of fruit. "Hi, hope I'm not disturbing?" "No," Alina replied, looking at him a second too long. "Come in." He laughed awkwardly. "Feels weird, like a date." "Maybe it is," she said softly, and in those words was everything: exhaustion, resentment, and a desperate attempt to feel alive. Wine poured like an excuse. Laughter grew louder, words softer. Alina felt warmth spreading through her, muffling her shame. He reached for her, and she didn't pull away. It happened quickly, as if it wasn't her at all. The fabric of her dress slid down her skin. A candle went out. The world dissolved into breath and someone else's hands. Before closing her eyes, she thought, "This isn't for pleasure, it's justice." But her heart knew it was a lie. The clock showed 1:30 a.m. Snow fell outside. Danya was asleep beside her when suddenly the sound of a key turning. "Honey, are you still up?" Victor's voice was tired but soft. Alina froze. Her body turned to ice. At that moment, Danya walked out of the bathroom, half-dressed, confused. Victor stopped in the doorway. Light fell directly on the bed. He said nothing, just looked. Alina broke first, shouting that it was his fault, that she knew about his lover. Words flew like knives, but Victor remained silent. He poured himself a glass of water, set it on the nightstand, and left. The door closed. When the door closed, Alina stopped breathing. Something inside her snapped. She walked to the window. The snow kept falling. Down below, under the flickering streetlight, Victor walked away. Slowly, shoulders hunched, like a man who had lost not just his wife, but his reason to live. Alina pressed her palm against the glass. "Come back," she whispered. But it was too late. The world collapsed. Not loudly, not suddenly. It just lost its meaning. Morning came without a sound. The air was heavy, smelling of wine and damp fabric. Alina sat on the edge of the couch, motionless. The room felt foreign, as if another woman lived there. A shirt on the floor, an overturned glass, a crumpled pillow. The phone lay on the table, black screen, like an abyss. Fragments of the night replayed in her mind, breathing, footsteps, Victor's stare, the door slamming. It all came back again and again. She rose and walked to the window. Snow was falling in thick, slow flakes. He's not coming back. I know it. The doorbell rang. On the threshold stood Lyra, bright coat, coffee in hand, restless energy. She burst into the silence like sound into an empty room. "You look terrible," she said, stepping inside. "Your door's unlocked. What happened?" "Everything," Alina whispered. "Everything's over." "He left?" Lyra frowned. "Good riddance." Alina looked up at the calendar, a red circle around December 6th, our anniversary, 20 years. Another ring. Two couriers stood at the door with a huge basket of white roses. "Mrs. Inga Viktorovna, these are for you. Happy anniversary," one said, handing her a receipt. "What?" Alina's lips trembled. "Anniversary?" "That's what the order says. Congratulations." She signed the paper and carried the basket to the table. White roses, fresh, fragrant, pure as snow. The air turned thick, heavy, and sweet. Among the roses, a red velvet box and a card. Her hands shook. She handed the card to Lara.
My love, thank you for your patience. I adore your eyes, your hands, your care. Happy anniversary to us. Forever yours, Victor.
Lara read softly. Alina opened the box. A platinum ring with a diamond. Inside, engraving, A from V. She sank to her knees. The air left her chest. Silent tears rolled down her face. The phone vibrated. Unknown number. "Hello? Is this the family of Victor Konstantinovich?" The woman's voice trembled. "He didn't make it. Accident." The phone slipped from Alina's hand. The sound was deafening. She sank to the floor among the white roses. In her head echoed his words, "If you ever betray me, I wouldn't want to live." She looked up and saw only white, petals, light, snow. "He knew," she whispered, and she cried, truly, for the first time. 2 weeks had passed. The house had stopped breathing. Silence lived there now. Alina rarely left her room. Artem quietly entered, carrying a tray with tea. His mother sat by the window, wrapped in a gray blanket. "Mom, eat something, please," he said gently. "I'm not hungry, Misha." "Oh, sorry, Artem," she whispered, mixing names and days. He sat beside her, took her hand. Alina looked at her son, tired yet tender. "He's all I have left now." That evening, Artem was sorting through his father's things, a folder tied with a string, covered in dust. Among the papers, an envelope marked, "To my son." The handwriting was steady and confident. He hesitated, then slowly tore the edge open. The paper smelled of ink and warmth, like his father's hands.
Son, if you're reading this, I'm no longer there. Don't judge your mother harshly. People make mistakes because they live. I loved you both with all my heart. Don't fear mistakes. People are weak, but forgiveness makes them strong. When you love, remember, it's not about winning, it's about understanding. If you can, forgive your mother. And if she ever smiles, don't look away, just be there. That's what I'd want.
Artem folded the letter. He sat in silence, staring at the window. Snow fell slowly, as if listening. He suddenly felt his father was near, not by voice, but by presence. Artem stepped outside. The air was crisp, snow sparkling under the morning sun. He walked slowly, holding the letter. The world was quiet, clean. He lifted his eyes to the sky and whispered, "Dad, I understand." A faint smile touched his lips, the first in a long time. Morning. The smell of coffee filled the kitchen again. Alina stood by the window, pale but calm. "Mom?" Artem entered, holding the letter. "I found this." He placed it on the table. She read for a long time. Tears came, but these were different, soft, alive. "He was a good man," she said. "He loved you, Mom, so much." They stood together in silence. Outside, a new day was beginning.
Love is not a vow. It's a choice we make every single day. A mistake is not the end, as long as the heart still holds space for forgiveness. Sometimes pain comes only to remind us we're still alive. And even when it feels like everything is broken, love remains in the simplest things. In a letter, a memory, the silence between words. This was a story about love, about mistakes, and the price we pay for trust. That's all. Subscribe to our channel, Bars Production Studio Stories. Every story can become someone's destiny.